Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is my very first video. Thank you for clicking on the video and I hope you enjoyed. So I'm practically going to be doing a simple makeup tutorial. So I will be doing step by step and I will be doing it a bit faster so that we don't waste time. And that is just me trying to arrange my hair. As you can see, my wig is a mess. So just to fasten the process, we're gonna speed the process up because it took hours. Well, not hours, but yeah, it took time and we don't have time. So I hope you guys subscribed and I hope you guys liked the video. That would mean a lot to me. And yeah, thank you for joining the family. So we're gonna begin with our makeup setting spray. It's a practically 3-in-1, so you can also use it as a primer. So I use it as a primer, but I think I'm gonna change it because I have oily skin and I've seen in the video, as you will see, it kind of makes me look like I'm sweating, which I don't like. So I think I will resort to something else friendly for my skin. Oh, and did I mention that this video is for makeup beginners, so it's very friendly for beginners. I hope it's simple enough and I hope you guys understand each and every step. So I used my fan to quickly dry the spray on my skin while I'll say the primer, and we're gonna be using I don't know what to call it, this mini brush I use to comb my eyebrows up before I start shaping them. So I will show you here. These are the brushes I'll be using, and out of all of them I'm gonna be picking the one I'm gonna be using now for this step, which is the eyebrows, right? I was busy thinking about the lighting because it was getting late and the lighting wasn't so perfect. So this is the brush I'll be using for today. This is how I do it. I brush my eyebrows up, sorry about that. Yeah, and then I do that process on the other side as well. So I was a bit unsure about the video because the lighting was bad and I was still deciding whether I should continue or just leave it for tomorrow. As you could see that I kept stopping here and there on the video. So next we're going to be shaping our brows, right? I'm going to be using an eyebrow pencil, but I have to sharpen it a bit because as you can see the pencil was short, so I had to quickly sharpen it a bit before shaping. So this is how I'm gonna do it. I hope it's detailed enough for everyone to see and understand. So as you can see, I naturally have thick brows, so I haven't tweezed my brows or anything like that, forcing me to shape or bring about a shape close to my original eyebrow shape. So I cannot shape it to different shapes. I have to shape around my brows. So I will be doing that. I'll try to make them a bit smaller because my brows are very thick, and I'll take you along the journey and you'll see how I do it. I know it looks kind of messy, but that's all part of what we're doing here. We have to trust the process. So that is just me shaping and quickly shading into my brow to make it look a bit fuller. So that is what I'll be doing, and I'll be doing the same thing on the other side. And I hope you are enjoying the video really, because this is my very first video. Well, not the first, but I've uploaded before, but I had to remove the videos because it had a lot of mistakes, and I've been procrastinating a lot on dropping a video, but that is just a start for me to be consistent and create more content to give you guys something to watch, right? Because that's the whole point of subscribing. So this is just me doing the same thing on the other brow, and with that being said, I'm gonna shade in to give it a fuller look, right? I'm there trying to compare my brows, and another problem I have with my brows, they are not the same. My brows are not the same, so I have a very hard time trying to shape them. Sometimes I try to make them look as similar as possible to a point whereby I actually ruin them, but okay, that is just me brushing my brows so that they can become a bit lighter, making them look more natural because they were too dark, see? And that is the after process. So now we're going to be skipping to the part where I fix my shape with my concealer, and I'll be using the small flat brush, which will help to shape the brows in a shape I want. Sorry, I had a really hard time here because I didn't install my hair, my edges are wet, and I was just trying to keep my wig in place at the same time. So yeah, I'm going to be applying a bit of concealer on the back of my hand, and I'll be practically taking it from there and not from the concealer mini bottle. I don't know what to say, a container, a bottle, but yeah. So as you can see, I can notice that you guys can see that I'm facing towards the other side. Well, it's not easy to shoot while looking at yourself in the camera, so I have to hold a mini mirror to actually get a clear picture of what I'm doing. So with that being said, I have a mini mirror in my hand, which I use to check what I'm doing because I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing. My phone's camera is not so clear, so don't mind me looking to the other side. But at the same time, I was trying, can you see the mirror? I was trying to involve you guys as much as possible by having at least my face in the camera the whole time. You see, even though I'm not facing towards you guys, I'm facing towards the other mirror because I want to get a clear picture of what I'm doing. So yeah, that is the reason I'll be facing two different sides. So yeah, that is just me shaping my brows, right? That's how I usually do it. Yeah, that's the process. This is how you actually do it. So I do this thing over and over again until I'm satisfied with the shape. Mind you, not the people who are passing on the street staring at me the whole time. What did I do? I messed up. As you can see, can you see what I did there? But see, it's all about being creative and knowing how to fix it. So I went a bit above so it can be like in the same line, or rather let me say correct shape. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. So yeah, I do that. So that's how I shape my bottom side of the brow. I always start at the bottom. It just makes sense to begin at the bottom. Yes guys, we're going to be repeating the same process on the other side, and I've noticed that other people prefer to actually start at the top. I've seen with the other videos on YouTube, different makeup artists starting at the top. I don't know how though, but I prefer to start at the bottom. It just makes sense. So that's how I do it. There you can see I was talking to my grandmother there, and yeah. And yes, as you can see, I switched to the back camera. I thought it would be clearer, but clearly that was the biggest mistake I've made, and I'm really sorry, because only after recording did I notice that it's actually it looks steamy, like it looks like there's some steam on the camera, but because I was recording and stopping, checking if the video is fine, I later realized that it's not as clear from the back, so I then switched back to selfie mode. But then for now, please bear with me, because at least we can see what is happening. I'm just satisfied with the fact that you guys can see what is going on. Well, it's clear enough to actually show or guide you guys on what to do next. Then you blend with your sponge. You can use a brush, a blending brush, or a sponge. So I was using a sponge. I use both actually, but this time around I used a sponge. That's where you blend your concealer, and you have to blend it until it looks one with your skin, right? So you continue blending and blending until you're satisfied with how it looks, because you don't want it to like look cakey and that. So you continue to blend until it is okay. And then now we're going to shape the top of my eyebrow. So I start off with the dots because I want to avoid putting on too much, because if you actually put on a lot, it can ruin your brows, right? So I measure the amount I'm going to be using by placing dots first, and then once I've decided that I have enough concealer, then I start shaping. So that is how I'm gonna shape my brows. As I've said, I cannot really shape them the way I want to. I can only shape them around my original shape. So if you're like me and you haven't twisted your brows, what you can do is try to shape them as neatly as you can around your original brow shape. That should help, right? So I am going to be basically going a bit down with the concealer, trying to make them look a bit thinner, because as I said, my brows are very thick. So trust the process. This is how it went, and trust me, like I know what I'm doing, child. So yeah, that is what I'm doing there, and I'm gonna be using a different brush to be blending the concealer at top. You're gonna see now. As you can see, I'm done shaping my brow, and this is time to blend it. So this time around, I'm not going to be using the sponge. I am going to be using the medium-sized flat brush. So usually I either use this or the sponge to blend. Oh, and guys, I'm sorry about the noise in the background. I live very close to a very busy road, so those are just the cars in the background. I'm really sorry. So I repeat that process, I pat. Oops, as you can see, my hair is getting very involved with the makeup, so I constantly have to like squeeze it under the band so I can continue what I'm doing. But yeah, as you can see, I'm busy there with the hair and makeup. That's just what happens when you don't straighten your hair. And actually, I didn't actually plan. I just decided, like, let me just shoot a makeup tutorial, So I just had my hair messed up like that. I was like, let me just do it. So this is the after look. Tell me what you think. I love it. Like, I am so in love with this. So yeah, guys, you see, all part of trusting the process. So we're gonna speed up the process because I did a detailed one on the other side, and then this is just me doing the same on the other side. So we're just gonna fasten the process, because yeah, if you guys would like a detailed eyebrow look, let me know in the comments. I will do one especially for brows only. So yeah, that is just me doing the same thing on this other side. Pat with the sponge as I did on the other side. So I'm gonna be continuing doing the same. But I really had a challenge with my brows. Remember, they're not the same. But yeah, I had to be creative and make sure they look similar. As you can see, when I'm blending the top side of my brow, they don't look the same. They look very different from one another. They don't look like sisters. The other one is thicker than the next, but it's all part of being creative and fixing that, and I'm going to be doing just that. So it took me time, right? Because I'm shooting, looking at myself in the mirror, that and that. So it took time, and then I did it off camera. It looks whack, but trust me, I know what you're thinking, but it's not what it looks like, right? So I'm out of my translucent loose powder. That is the one I usually use to set my brows, so there where I applied concealer on my eyelids, I'm going to be using compact powder to set the concealer. But I don't recommend you use compact powder, guys. It's okay because I used it for that time, and then after I applied the look, I removed it. But if you're gonna wear makeup for long hours, I wouldn't recommend you use that. Get translucent loose powder or banana powder. That should work, right? So I'm gonna be using a different sponge to blend my foundation there. And as you have seen, I applied my foundation in dots. That's how I avoid putting on too much foundation, right? As you can see there, I'm blending and blending, right? Do the same thing on the other side. In math, what you do on the left hand side, you also do on the right. So yeah, I'm going to be blending and blending once I applied that. So my mom was calling and I had to stop the video and take a call and all that. So yeah, I was practically done. I blended the other side probably off camera because I didn't want to leave this foundation unattended for too long, right? So as I was talking to her, I was actually blending the other side. That's why I'm now busy with the forehead, in case you're wondering what happened to the other side of the cheek, right? And so I'm going to be blending the forehead now. And then yeah, I actually didn't plan, right? As I said, I didn't plan this look, so I didn't really know what to do. So I'm there thinking, should I do eyeshadows, should I not? But then I remembered that if I just put on foundation and I did my brows, it's gonna look too plain. Let's just do something so that the video is also not too short. So I later decided that I'm also going to be doing the eyeshadows. So now I'm using a lighter concealer to highlight, right? Those are the places where I highlight, at the bridge of my nose and on my chin, under my eyes, and a little bit on my forehead, right? Oh, and on my nose as well. So I'm gonna be using this brush to blend that. See, As you can see, I'm blending. Makes the eye pop. See, I'm gonna be repeating the same thing on the other side. Blend. That's how I do it. Then I'll be going again with my blending sponge to blend where I've highlighted, because I don't want it to look too shiny, right? I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, going in again to blend it properly with my sponge, right? And then you do it like that. That should get the job done. That's how it looked after, right? So I continued again to do that. And that is just me cleaning my small flat brush. This is practically my mom's foundation thingy. She is darker than me, so I used her thingy to like contour my nose. So I don't know, I used it to shape my nose. I already have a perfect shape, but you know what it does to make it like you have to just put those lines there for the look to make sense. But that being said, after blending, I didn't like how it looked, being the reason why I didn't bother to go in again and actually like contour my cheeks, you know, as well as the outer of my face. So I didn't like how it looked after I was done contouring my nose, so I decided not to do it on the rest of my face. So yeah, as you can see, I have to get a darker shade concealer because already that foundation thingy my mom uses is already finished. So yeah, I'm going to be shaping my nose there. That's how I'm doing it. Then I'm going to be later on blending. I don't know, you guys will tell me. I didn't like how it turned out. I just feel like it didn't do anything. It didn't really get the job done, so I felt it was pointless. See, hence I didn't like bother to use it on the rest of my face because it didn't really do anything. As I was out of the translucent loose powder, I furthermore went to blend my highlights with the compact powder. That is just what I'm using under my eyes. Everywhere where I've applied the lighter shade concealer, I'll be blending those areas, right? That is just what I'm doing there, and I'm using my blending sponge to do that. So while I allow it to sit, I went in and tried to do something to the nose because I was really not satisfied, right? And then I went and passed time by applying an eye pencil, or you can say an eyebrow pencil, to the outer of my lip because I prefer a natural dark shade outside my lips. Sorry, I don't have dark lips. I wish I had. So I do this process every time because I like how my lips turn out. Then just to match with my hair, I'm going to be using red lipstick in the areas where the pencil didn't really, do the job. So that is a Fit Me red lipstick, right? That is just the application process there. And yeah, that is just what I'm doing there while I let the compact powder sit. I know it won't have the same ability as the translucent, but yeah, I prefer to do things the same. So I'm now done with the lips. and I'm gonna be picking the brush just to dust off the compact powder on the areas where I highlighted, right? Remember, I put the compact powder there, so I'm dusting it off, right? Because it's not supposed to sit there for too long, so you dust it off with that brush. That is just what I'm doing there. And I'm practically done with everything. I'm there deciding, should I not, and finally decided that let me do it, right? So usually what I do when I actually apply makeup, before I apply foundation, I make sure that I'm done with my eyes, right? Before I apply foundation, I get my eyes done. So just because I later decided at a later stage that let me just do it, leading to the reason why I am applying my eyes after the whole application. But usually I don't do it like that, right? So there am I'm applying a brown shade. I don't know what to call this shade. It's actually very browny, right? And then I'm gonna be using the lighter shade concealer to cut my crease, where I'm gonna be applying different colors, right? So I practically, the method of looking up actually shows you how far you have to cut your crease, right? In case you're wondering, the minute you look up, you should see how far you should cut it, right? But then I further went up, right? Because yeah, I wanted the colors to pop, so that is what I'm just doing there. And then I'm blending it with my medium-sized flat brush. Sorry, this English thing. Okay, but then yeah, we're going to be doing the same thing on the other side, cutting the crease on the other side. As you can see, I kind of went too above with the other eye, so I have to make them look even. So I then return to the other eye to cut it a bit up as well, so that I don't look like a ghost when I close my eyes, right? So that is just me going to the other eye to also do the same thing, right? That is just what I'm doing. I mean, yeah. Now I'll be using a different palette to attend to the crease side. That is the shade I'll be using. It's very bright. It's yellow, but then I realized I cannot see this yellow, so I went in with mustard, right? As I can see now on the video, the outer shade looks like purple. It's not purple, guys. It's brown. The lighting kind of contributed to this confusion, but it's brown. I wanted a sunset look, so I used the mustard and the orange on the side, and then at the top there, it's not purple, it's brown, right? I will redo the eyeshadow look when there's like the perfect lighting, so you guys can see perfectly how I did everything. But otherwise, it's not purple. If you prefer this look with purple, you can do just that. And here is the process where I made a lot of mistakes, right? I messed up a lot, especially with the other eye. With this eye, I think everything kind of went well. So I am applying eyeliner, and I usually apply it when I know I'm going to be applying lashes. It helps me with regards of lashes, so I know exactly where to like put the lashes, you know. So I am drying it up with my fan so that it doesn't mess up my eyes, right? Hey, here's the eye, guys. I went through a lot with this eye. I don't even want to lie, but you'll see what happens now. You see there? You see? You saw that? You saw? Yeah, but I'm busy there trying to like fix it, you know. And yeah, I eventually messed up words, right? It all started when I was applying mascara. Then, ooh. But yeah, watch the space. It was at this point where I knew I messed up. Guys, what was I doing? Like, why did I even blend that? Then I just went in again with my concealer, applied at the top of the mess, reblended, then reapplied the shades again. Ooh, guys, like there was no time to wipe the whole eye off and then start over again because of time, guys. And the sun was leaving, guys. It was going away. It was packing its bags, you know. So I had to do what I needed to do, right? And then I thought, okay, let me just quickly go in again with this because of now I reapplied the eyeshadow, and then now, but then I did it again. Someone is against me now. Someone is again. At this point, I was like, what? You know, did the whole process again. Applied concealer, blended, and then I applied the shades too. And then I did it off camera. As you can see, I don't involve you guys anymore because I needed to focus at this point. And then yeah, it kind of went well. And then I dried it with my fan like I did on the other side. And then yeah, just brushed it with my brush that I used to brush my eyebrows because I didn't want to make the same mess with the mascara. So now it's just me applying glue on my lashes, ready for application. So this is how it kind of went, and I'm drying it with my fan. You know, we have to like add some wind there by the glue for it to like stick properly. So yeah, that's how I did it, and that is just me applying, you know, just mosquitoes here and there. It was that time, like, oh. So yeah, as you can see, I'm applying my lashes, and I'm gonna be doing the same thing. So we're practically done with this look. I'm so happy, and thanks for all of those who stayed until this far. It's really appreciated. I hope you have liked, you have subscribed, hit the notification bell so that you're notified every time I drop. It really means a lot to me, right? There's no time to straighten my wig, so I just comb it for it to look presentable. And as you can see, ooh, the edges, you know. But yeah, I try to do what I have to do to look decent at least, you know. Okay, see, I'm trying to look nice for this look and all that. So that is just me. I'm having a conversation with my grandmother. Opela Analditava, guys. Okay, that is just the after look. Thank you guys for watching.